Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Excellent. So my name is Brent Chamberlain. I'm the Executive Director of Pride at Work Canada, and I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight to our 4th annual Professional Pride in Toronto. I'd also like to thank everyone here for making tonight possible. It's certainly one of the largest events of its kind in the world, and I'm very humbled to be part of an organization that is putting this event on. Since last ProPRIDE in 2010, Pride at Work Canada has made a number of achievements that I'm very proud of. I'd like to share 3 very quickly with you. And the first is that since June of last year, we've actually grown by a third from 22 to 32 corporate partners. And those 32 partners, if you put them all together, employ just over 650,000 Canadians. So it's a great privilege to be part of an organization that affects so many Canadians and so many LGBT-identified Canadians across the country. Second, we've actually just today launched a fabulous new brand and website. So please, everyone, go when you get home or on your Blackberries or iPhones, check out www.prideatwork.ca and find out all about what we do throughout the year. And lastly, we've also secured funding from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and we're going to be building a community portal, an employment toolkit for all LGBT Ontarians to make their experience at work as good as it can possibly be. Now, at Pride at Work Canada, we have a vision, and that vision is a nation where all lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans-identified individuals can achieve their full potential at work. And this is what our volunteers, myself, and our board strive towards every single day. So those of you here tonight, don't let tonight go unnoticed. It's very important to talk to new people, to make connections, to share experiences that you've had at your organization, what you've done to move LGBT equality forwards. And lastly, if your organization is not one of the lovely organizations being shown on our slideshow behind me, please do talk to myself or someone else who works for Pride at Work Canada, one of our board members, and find out how you can become a corporate partner tomorrow. And last, of course, but not least, the driving force behind Pride at Work Canada for the past 4 years, the chair of our organization and its co-founder, Michael Bach.
Thank you, Brent. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 4th annual Toronto ProPRIDE. Make some noise! That's what I'm talking about. Now, I know we've had some lines this evening, and actually, they were deliberate. I'm preparing you for this weekend. Okay, maybe not. But anyway, it is hard to believe that is the 4th time that I've stood here and told you the same thing, that I will keep this mercifully short, because the more time I spend up here, the less time you can be buying me drinks. So true to my word, if you'll give me your attention for just a few minutes, I will keep my comments brief. Keeping with Brent's appreciations, I want to give a quick shout out to a few people. The Toronto Hilton, one of our newest corporate partners, and especially Agnes Coe and Adam Roston for helping make this room look as fabulous as I do. I want to thank our interpreters, Haley and Maggie. We're very excited to have ASL interpreters here this year. Yes, just another step closer to true inclusion. Does everyone know how to clap in American Sign Language? Let's do it. Give them your applause. We will fly away. I also want to draw your attention to our 3 partner theme rooms. We have the KPMG Fun Fabulous Photo Room, where you can have a picture taken to commemorate the evening. CIBC has a women's networking room. Both of those are out to my left. And TD has a delicious comfort lounge immediately across the lobby. Now, I have to say that they have their special TD Teeny, and everyone purchased, TD will donate $5 to the LGBT Youth Line. So just like a good bank, encouraging alcoholism. Right there. I want to quickly acknowledge the amazing efforts of the Toronto ProPRIDE Organizing Committee, who have totally outdone themselves this year. John, Joseph, Danielle, Aviva, Julie, Caroline, and Brent, led by their fearless leader, Elena Reshetnikova, who is a board member of Pride at Work Canada and the Toronto Local League. Please give them a round of applause for the work they've done. I'm also excited to tell you that Pride at Work, of course, will be marching in this year's Pride Festival. But this year, for those of you who were with us last year, we've taken it up a notch. We've got an open-air double-decker bus, a DJ, a whole lot of fun signage and marchers, and there's some drinks on the bus. I didn't say that. If you are not marching with us, you should be marching with us. So please speak with the registration desk across the lobby. They'd be happy to give you the information. I, unfortunately, will not be marching with Pride at Work Canada this year because you may have heard I won the Inspire Award for LGBTQ Person of the Year, and as such, I will be this year's Grand Marshal. I'm being carried down Yonge Street in an egg. A real egg. Now, for those of you who tweet, and you know who you are, Pride at Work Canada has recently joined the 20th century, and we are now on Twitter. I am also on Twitter. I do not know what I'm doing. A few months ago, I sent some tweets, and the government of Egypt fell. I'm not saying I'm responsible, but it's possible. So if you would like to follow us, please do so at Pride at Work Can, C-A-N, can. If you'd like to join our mailing list, and I'm sure you do, please feel free to pull out your smartphones and send an email to pride@prideatwork.ca. If you do not want to join our mailing list, please get off Grindr and put your smartphone away. I also want to mention the dates of our other ProPrides across Canada. We've got Vancouver on July 28th, Montreal on August 4th, Calgary on September 1st, and we were happy to have Winnipeg at the beginning of June. Should you wish to make the circuit, by all means, please feel free. But more importantly, please make sure you tell all your friends and coworkers about the events, and they can get more information on our fabulous new website at prideatwork.ca. Okay, I think that's all the crap I have to cover. Where is my beer? Okay. I like this because I can actually have my beer up here. Okay. So now it's time for what has unfortunately become a bit of a tradition here at ProPRIDE. Last year, in an attempt to be creative, I thanked all of our corporate partners for their commitment to LGBT inclusion by including their names in a fairy tale. Apparently you liked it. Who was here last year and liked it? Oh, crap. Okay. So this year, I thought I would take it up a notch. I might do the same thing through interpretive dance. When I realized how awful that would be for all of you, I thought maybe a song. In the end, lazy won out, and I've gone back to what I know, bad rhymes. So, for your listening pleasure, and those of you talking at the bar, this gets good, I present to you A Fairy's Tale, Part 2. Once upon a time, in a far-off village, there lived a handsome young man and a beautiful young woman. But these weren't just any man and woman. These were two very special people. Their names were Brad and Angelina. Everyone in their village thought Brad and Angelina would get married, make babies, and run the local cheese curd factory. But Brad and Angelina had plans of their own. They wanted to see the world. One dark and scary night, Brad and Angelina slipped away and headed for the big city of Toronto to pursue their dreams. The first thing Brad and Angelina had to do was find a place to stay. Of course, they immediately turned to the best hotel in the city, the Toronto Hilton. It's going to be a long one. The second thing Brad and Angelina had to do was to find a place to put their money, because of course, they were independently wealthy. Otherwise, this story wouldn't make any sense. So they went to the corner of savings and loans, and there they saw so many progressive choices for financial institutions: CIBC, RBC, Scotiabank, and TD, all of which had been open for some time. Plus, there were new banks, Desjardins, HSBC, State Street Bank, and one just turning its lights on for the first time, the Bank of Montreal. Finally. It was then that Brad and Angela realized that they needed a telecommunications provider. Brad said it was so he could always stay in touch with Angelina, but she knew better. Brad has an obsession with internet porn. So they turned to their only two options, Bell and Telus. Next up was to find a lawyer to manage their lawyer stuff. At the corner of mergers and acquisitions, they found only two law firms, FMC and McCarthy Tetro. Surprising that a big city like Toronto didn't have any more law firms. None. Not a one. No more law firms. Shocking. While visiting the lawyer, Angelina bought a big company that did things. And being a smart, sassy CEO, she knew she was going to need some trusted advisors. For guidance on her networks and servers, she turned to IBM. For all her printing needs, HP. For copiers, Xerox. For a telepresence solution, Cisco. And for her web presence, Ariad Communications. When it came to her human capital needs, she easily picked Accenture for no other reason than it fits into this story. But what to do about her financial advisors? She carefully considered her options. Being smart and sassy, she gave the financial audit to KPMG, her M&A tax work to Ernst & Young. The two of you. That was sad. PwC got her IT audit, and Deloitte became her advisor on indirect tax and transfer pricing. Wanting to be an employer of choice, she was careful to put in an on-site canteen that was serviced by Sodexo, where their happy employees could enjoy wonderful and delicious products from Kraft Canada and PepsiCo. One day, after a hard day of busy business lady stuff, she suddenly needed some number 8 deck screws and a hacksaw. So she went to the Home Depot. Now that's what I'm talking about. There, she met a wonderful woman who was a senior executive at Ontario Power Generation. Thank you. Strangely, also needed some number 8 deck screws and a hacksaw. Angelina and the OPG lady got married, got pregnant, had a baby at their favorite medical facility, Women's College Hospital. No, but they're in the women's room. And they flew off into the sunset on their favorite airline, Air Canada Jazz. They lived happily ever after. Now, if you're wondering what happened to Brad, the answer is simple. Who cares? The end. Thank you. I'm sure my Pulitzer is in the mail. Before I let me get back to my drinking, there is one person that deserves our thanks. And this individual joined Pride at Work Canada about a year ago and has done exceptional work in moving our organization forward. We really could not do what we do without him. So please give a round of applause to our Executive Director, Brent Chamberlain. With that, I will shut up, and I wish you a happy and healthy Pride, and please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.